to go back from my husband's cottage in Sweden to the UK. I had some time, so instead of flying, I decided to travel by bike and train and ferry. I love doing cycling tours that are basically just journeys that I need to do anyway from A to B, pretty much in a straight line, to see what's there. I really wanted to see more of Denmark, so with that in mind I looked for kind of the farthest place where I could get on a train and get back to London in a single day. And basically it turned out that I could do that from the German border here. I planned the cycling loosely, giving myself 11 days plus 2 days contingency to ride the 700-800 kilometres through Sweden and Denmark. So far, I had ridden 400 kilometres across Sweden. Now it was day 5 and I'd just arrived in Denmark and it was evening and I needed somewhere to camp.
Well, this feels a little bit random. But somewhere here, there's a shelter. So I'm going to get some water and see if I can just pitch near the shelter. So, let's do it. Gosh, no.
So the shelter I was looking for is one of the amazing Danish network of primitive camp spots, which are a sort of legalised form of wild camping. I'd tried a few of these primitive camp spots in the summer and I was super excited to try out a whole lot more. There's actually a primitive camp spot with a shelter right in Frederikshamn Marina, so I headed there. I don't usually camp in towns and I never wild camp in towns, so it felt strange and nerve-wracking. I weighed up where to pitch to feel most safe.
The choice is between here, dead cosy, or out there, and I just think I'll be kind of nervous if I'm out there. I won't sleep very well. But if I go here, I think I'll sleep really well and then be ready for a lovely day tomorrow. 'Cause you've got style, the way your body keeps my heart. This is a good place to put the bike right in. So that's done. Brilliant.
Denmark, I plan to ride basically in a straight line, southwards along Jutland's Baltic coast. I divided the route roughly into stages about 70 kilometres per day and I identified primitive camp spot options along the way.
I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like. Hoping it'll be beautiful sea views and things like that.
So this was Vendsyssel, the northernmost part of Denmark, where it's flat and windy. I planned to ride a nice, easy 65 kilometres down the coast for my first day in North Denmark.
This is lovely. I've got a bit of a headwind, but no big deal. It's lovely.
This was Säby, the first little fishing town that I came to. There are fantastic medieval paintings in a former monastery here, so I went to find it. And the door was locked.
It's closed.
But I found another entrance and got inside. And the whole thing was even better than I had imagined. I just love things like this, showing sort of daily life in a way. These are the parents of the Virgin Mary, smiling at each other, but they are sad because they are old and had no children. But by a miracle, they had a daughter, and here she is.
I think spot for tonight is down here.
So I was aiming for a camping spot behind the beach, which was labelled on the map as a tent spot only for sailors. It was off-season, so I thought there was unlikely to be any sailors there, and even if there were, no one would mind a solo cyclist in a titchy tent.
Gosh, it's really wet here, look. I'm going to walk that, because it could be really slithery. Double check the map and carry on. The sea is that way. I think it's down here. I think it's down there. Oh, it's quite difficult with the sand.
This wasn't what I had expected, and I was starting to worry that I'd misunderstood this whole sailor thing. I needed some grass to actually pitch on.
Okay, I think I'm going to just have a look that way. Might be easier. This actually might not work at all. If it's just sand, I can't camp on sand. Let's see. Right, I'm just sort of dragging it through. It's raining. It's raining a bit. Keep going.
Well, this was obviously hopeless for camping. It seemed I'd misunderstood this tent place for sailors. I thought there'd be a grassy area marked for tents, but there wasn't. Maybe sailors actually sleep in their boats. I didn't know what to do, really. It was too late to move on. There were houses nearby and a path, so I thought I'd better just pitch my tent very discreetly and keep out of sight.
Right, so this is sort of naughty. Just setting up here. There is a house through there. I don't know if it's a house, like a summer house. Oh, at least it stopped raining. That's good.
As I was in stealth mode now, I went to check that no one could see me from the path.
Let's see how visible I am from the path. Okay. I'll cover my tracks. Literally.
Once I'd done that, it seemed okay.
I think it'll be fine. Even I can't see it. From here you can. Easily.
So I moved the tent to a slightly different spot, and then I just kept quiet and made dinner.
Rush pack, and then I'm going to go up and sit on the top of the dunes and have coffee and bread up there. It's a lovely day.
So this camp spot had gone wrong really, but I had managed and it felt so good.
So today I'm crossing over this inlet and then riding down the coast.
Hey, you couldn't see it coming. You might have thought it.
Gosh, that was quite easier than I thought.
So this is the ferry over the Limfjord, which isn't just an inlet actually, but in fact it cuts the entire north part of Denmark off from the rest. One of the great things about the primitive camping network in Denmark is that you don't need to book anything, and there are absolutely loads of spots. Today I plan to do either about 65k or perhaps about 100k, free and easy depending how I felt and what I found. Just ride along and look around.
I just love looking around. I mean, this is nothing in particular, is it? Just a lane and a field and trees. But it's just so nice going about, seeing what's here, exploring new places. It's so simple.
So now I was in a region called Himmerland. The people here are famous for having nearly defeated the Romans. It seems that what happened was their land here flooded, so they left and they headed south down through France and they went over the Alps, and they were actually approaching Rome, where everyone was panicking, but they were finally defeated in northern Italy near Milan. I came suddenly to a massive manor house. In Denmark there are actually 700 odd manor houses apparently. This one was built by a family called Seefeld in the late 1500s, kind of the time of Queen Elizabeth in England. Anyway, Denmark was having a heyday of its own. This is where the Seefelds are buried. This lady who was doing the gardening in the churchyard let me in.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Jeg går lige herover.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
The guy who renovated the church, Jakob Seefeld, had actually grown up in Germany, it turned out, with his aunt. This is his wife. Actually, these are two wives. Both of them were called Sophie. One died, then he married another Sophie. When they were here, this font would have been here in the old medieval church, and it probably would have had coloured paintings on the roof like the ones I'd seen at Særby. But they renovated it, Jakob and Sophie, and focused on making it all clean and white. So that was the end of Himmerland. Now I crossed over the Mariager Fjord and headed on towards the south.
That's gorgeous. That will really cheer up dinner tonight.
So I'd done about 60 odd kilometres now.
I'm coming up to Randers Fjord now, and there's some kind of ferry over it, I think. So it might not work out at all if it's not working or something. If that's the case, I'm going to camp on this side. There's a little spot somewhere. Fine. Otherwise, I'll push on. Hello. Ooh, hello. Hello. Hi. Thanks very much.
Have a nice day.
Thanks a lot, Sam. Thank you. We're off. What was it you said?
So crossing the fjord turned out to be easy, and I decided to do my 90-100k option. Now I was in Jutland, which is known for having loads of manor houses and loads of little old churches high up on the hills. So I rode up to a church, found a sunny bench and had coffee.
Yes. The more things go wrong, the more you actually kind of realise you can manage. I mean, like yesterday, the camp spot kind of went completely wrong because it was sand and I couldn't pitch, and there were loads of houses and it was raining and I pitched in a rubbish spot, but it was fine. I always doubt myself, but actually I shouldn't. I should just expect that I'll manage, and I probably will. Oh, that's so nice. Right, so I've got 20k to do. However, beautiful. And then tomorrow it'll be a really short day, so that'll be amazing. I can kind of like have pancakes and biscuits all day long, more than usual.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you've got style, the way your body keeps my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the
Gosh, who lives there? I'm kind of messing around now. I should get on. It's okay. I'm not doing it to rush, am I?
There was a camp spot along the coast ahead that looked amazing, so I drank some water, ate some nuts and enjoyed the journey across the north of Jutland.
Just gorgeous. I've even got a tailwind. Not much, but when it blows my way. Sometimes you're lucky.
It was getting to be evening now.
Get on. It's sunny, but it's dropping chilly now.
This spot was really straightforward compared to last night, and it even had toilets and showers.
Fantastic! Thing is to try and find a place to shelter from the wind. I think probably here would be good. Yeah, pretty sheltered here. It's really sheltered actually. Right, let's go for it.
I want you. I believe 'cause I want you. Everything, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy for love.
So, there we go. Sardines with kale and tomato sauce and rice. That should be very nice. Right, so they have cold showers. But I mean a shower, wow, that would be amazing. So I'm going to go for it. Gosh, look at this, it's a fantastic spot. Incredible. So this is the shower block. I've just turned on the thing. Here we go. Oh, 10 out of 10 for bravery, I think. Oh, that was really cold. Oh, once you got in, it's okay. Oh, God. Slightly burnt, but not too bad.
So today I was going to cross Jutland and I planned to get to Aarhus, halfway down Jutland. It's Denmark's second city, and camping there was going to be a bit tricky. The best spot seemed to be under some pylons on the edge of the city. First, I needed to stock up on food.
Right, squash that all in. Finally, off we go. I haven't done anything today. I've done like 3k so far. But it's okay. I've only got about 40-50 to do, so it should be fine.
I bumped into manor houses all day today as I crossed Jutland. This was Löwenholm. It was also built in the late 1500s, the same as the one I'd seen further north.
Gosh, they're nice, these big houses, aren't they? Really nice.
The previous day I had done 100 kilometres, so today I could have an easy day. I was looking forward to a long coffee break. A manor house might be a perfect place to sit and relax.
Oh God, it's huge.
So this manor house was called Skafagård and was also built in the late 1500s like the other ones I'd seen. It must have been amazing to live here at that time and see all these massive fancy houses being built. This one was built by a guy called Jürgen Rosenkrantz, whose mother was German. When he was only 2, his parents both died of the plague in Lübeck in Germany. Jürgen's German grandparents looked after him for a while there, and then they sent him to school in Malmö, so that's in Sweden now. He did brilliantly and became First Minister of the whole country, and he built this. I do like just looking around and seeing what's there.
Hey, you couldn't see it coming. You might have thought it, but you couldn't change it. Hey,
These look good, don't they? Let's get them. Oh, perfect.
it's about
Ooh, they should be perfect for later.
times not waiting for me or you. You will miss it if you don't catch it in time. In time.
This manor house was built by the same guy actually as the last place, the one whose parents died of the plague. He built 2 manor houses, one for each of his sons. So now I was approaching the city of Aarhus. And I looked for my next primitive camping spot. This was the one under some pylons.
Where is it? Found it! Right, so this one is a little bit less scenic. It's right by a big road. I knew that though, it's fine. Okay, nice field. Drops. God, it's probably something from the electric wire. Okay, let's make it nice and cosy.
At the shelters themselves, there'd been some people hanging out when I arrived, so I preferred to camp in this corner. So I've been on the road for 9 days, cycling from my husband's cottage in Sweden to the UK.
So cosy. It's really nice with this little light.
I had ridden 600 kilometres so far. I had 4 days left and 250 kilometres to ride before an exciting train journey to London.